I'm Hope Ford. Governor Gov Kemp acknowledging errors in the data reporting methods for coronavirus. For weeks, the governor said his decisions were based off the data, which showed a decline in the rate of people testing positive for COVID-19. But the Department of Public Health combined antibody test results with viral test results. Kemp says public health officials are working at breakneck speed to collect testing data and present the results.
I'm Ryan Kruger. A new study says that 30,000 American lives could have been saved had the U.S. went on lockdown just 1 week earlier back in March. The study by Columbia University says that social distancing is working to slow the spread of the coronavirus, but they warn as many states start to reopen, we do risk the possibility of another outbreak.
The mystery illness now appearing in Georgia. The state's Department of Public Health commissioner confirming 9 cases of the Kawasaki-like illness that's spreading among children across the U.S. Experts say the inflammatory syndrome may be connected to the coronavirus. Cases will now be tracked by officials.